Yes, we have AceZer0187 and Walther the Fourth. This is a 1-in-3 match, and we are underway.
Well, I mean, sure, why not? Let's just grab the silvers in the first chest. Okay.
I mean, let's just get them right away. I mean, that certainly is helpful. And we already have an artist cycle with a $4.99 Twitch subscription for 5 months in a row. Shout out to you.
Yeah, thanks so very much. Well, I mean, I guess that's one thing that the players aren't going to have to worry about right off the bat here. And already getting peppered with arrows from the Tier 1 tree pull, so maybe that's foretelling of an early bow. That's not what that means at all, but who knows.
See, I was going to go the opposite and say that's foretelling that the bow is going to be our troll item today.
Oh, I see. Well,
we already have we have an agate tower small key.
Speaking of potential troll items, that's not really something you want to see this early on. Of course, it's telling of perhaps a Aga 1 play to get into Dark World for some reason. Because those keys are usually very elusive, but finding one this early is kind of scary.
It is certainly possible. We found the mushroom in Sanctuary, and we found a heart container from Uncle.
Alright, Walther's taking the south route to town here, it looks like. He's going to be farming the bombs from the bomb spot here south of the Grove, and it looks like Ace is going straight... Oh, he's probably doing Houlihan, isn't he? I was going to say he's going to go turn to the mushroom, but no, this is probably Houlihan.
Yeah, this is definitely a Houlihan. We also want to shout out to Mrs. Stocky Johnson, who also with the Twitch Prime sub.
Walther looks like he's going to be continuing on with one bomb. So if he finds something in the race game that he wants here, he won't have an extra bomb to blow open the supply hut if he wants to. But maybe he's not that worried about that. This is why I enjoy having two bombs coming up here, especially in Keysanity when there's more likely something to be in the race game that you want. But looks like he got bailed out with nothing there, so he's probably just going to save that bomb for the supply hut in the lower left of town and just going to farm bombs there.
Yeah, well, it was just a piece of heart there, and a piece of heart in the library. Yeah, normally I go the route, I go from the north and just, after doing Houlihan, assume I'm going to be using money for bombs unless I find them.
And looks like even though Ace did Houlihan, it looks like he's still going to be farming for bombs anyway, instead of just outright buying them.
Yep. We got another piece of heart in the tavern.
Oh, we don't have much luck on Ace's side. Already 2 full trips with nothing. These are a 50-50 bomb drops for 2 of the bushes here, so... Oh, well there you go. The third one has 2 bombs. That's fine enough, I guess.
Yep, third time's the charm there.
So someone's asking about the Houlihan setup. So what they do about hopping in the water there, it kind of offsets the camera enough after they hop off into the water enough times, and it offsets it enough to where the game doesn't know where to put you, so that's the trigger for being tossed into the Houlihan room. So the way that you'll see players do it is like a consistent setup that'll always offset the camera enough to get them into Houlihan to get all those early rupees before they get to town.
Yeah, Houlihan was referenced to a from Nintendo Power. Oh, we got chicken clip there. A Nintendo Power like mail-in where it was a contest where you could get into the game, and essentially that room was named after, I guess it was Chris Houlihan who won that contest. So that's why we call it the Houlihan room.
Alright, just doing our little town cleanup here. Nothing really of note yet, but we are just now getting into the good spots of town, which will be the well and the Blind's Hut here now that we've made it to the north of town. Already finding the single arrow in the bomb wall of the well. Amazing.
Yep.
Nothing
pretty much
in there.
A whole bunch of bombs and an arrow of destiny. That's about it.
Alright, if Blind's Hut ends up having nothing as well, like this entirety of town was just absolutely pointless. That's amazing. There's gotta be something here. just holding my breath. Finally, a small key, but it's the Turtle Rock. We won't be using that one for a while.
And a map to Turtle Rock, so it's down to this one chest here.
That's definitely a pretty good find. It's a hard piece. There's nothing in town except the Turtle Rock key. That's amazing. Oh, wait. Ace found the flute. Where the heck did you find that?
I don't know.
He bought it. He bought it from the bottle vendor. Amazing. Oh, no. Walther doesn't have enough money. Okay, he's going to be getting... Oh. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm so shocked because normally I announce for the Swag Duck National Anthem and it just completely sideswiped me.
Yeah, Walther is going to be loving his decision to stay in town just a little longer to farm those extra 2 blue rupees. I would be so satisfied with myself if I ended up doing that. That's amazing. Alright, but other than that, there's nothing in town at all. But, I mean, we still have, like, the majority of South Shore to check, and I guess the single item that's in Logic and Death Mountain right now. Though I can't imagine they'll be flying out there to do that right now.
I mean, yeah, I mean, the one thing with the flute is you get mobility. You at least get up to Death Mountain. It's a lot easier to get to South Shore and Ice Rock Cave and Aegis Cave. I mean, the flute's pretty big.
Oh, for sure. I definitely see a lot of people skip just going all the way to Ice Rod Cave unless they have the boots or the flute, and it's super nice to have this early. Walther choosing not to pick up that map right there. I think this early in the game, I think information is still definitely welcome.
Yeah, I would certainly want that information.
Yeah. Speaking of information, I think the Turtle Rock information is actually very important, because you just have to know if you need to go search for that ice rod as well. That information is really nice to have.
And actually, you know, we were talking about things that flute opens up. It also makes it really easy to go turn in that mushroom.
Oh yeah, Walter's going to be doing it right away here. Not even going to worry about saving it for a potential minor glitch later involving fake powder. We're just going to turn it in right now and see what we get. Well, absolutely worth it. There is our first sword.
And very nice to get that sword before you go to South Shore, because otherwise you'd be throwing bombs at those mini troll dorms.
Those guys are impossible to hit. Let me tell you for sure. Alright, what was this map to? Skull Woods. At least it's not Hyrule Castle.
I mean, to your earlier point, that certainly will give us information on whether Skull Woods is a pendant or a crystal.
Just a big 20, hanging out outside the dam here, and inside is a small key. It's a G-Tower. Well, that's pointless.
We need at least one when you're going up the gauntlet, so getting one is always good, but after one, you really don't need any more unless the Ganon Tower big key is in the basement.
Yeah, there's a free one in there at the start, too. If you just go left and go downstairs, there's a free one right over there. But, of course, having one saves you the trouble of having to walk down there, I suppose.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to get our first look at Mini Trolldorm Cave.
It's going to be using bombs anyway. I guess I don't blame him.
Hey, when you can get the double kill, props to you.
Yeah, that was really nice, actually.
All right, let's see what we got here. We got big key to Mire, another big key to Desert, a compass, some Mountain Dew Baja Blast at $50, so good value there.
2 big keys in both Mire and Desert Palace, right next to each other. That's actually pretty convenient if they can manage to not go down that way until they're ready to dip into both dungeons. And of course the blue potion giving us access to the Sit Kid item, which they can actually check pretty quickly. You can just flying back into town here. Getting the flute early is so good, I love it.
It is really good.
Yeah, I definitely agree with coming over to Ice Rod first. But I think a flight over to the Sick Kid is going to be pretty soon. There's the Power Glove hanging out in... Oh no, Ace, forgetting he has the flute, walking over to Ice Rock Cave.
Yeah, the time lost just walking to Ice Rock Cave, I mean, it'll lose a little bit, but this early in the race, that one thing is not going to cost him the race at all.
Oh no, not at all. Yeah, the Power Glove giving us access to only 3 or 4 item locations right now. We got the 3 down here at the back of Escape and the Zora, which I don't think anyone's going to go over to right now, of course. Yeah, this is definitely the next logical play to make. I say that, but there's nothing.
I mean, it was a pod small key, so that's at least something.
Yeah, I gotta get started finding all of those. Oh my gosh, there's 6 of them, and they're just everywhere. But yeah, definitely, it's a little more relief every time you find one. Just like, okay, well, I can check this and not have to worry about this chest. I can perhaps take this route differently. Yeah, pod keys are definitely welcome. And
Yeah.
Walther heading over to the Eastern Palace area here. We'll be able to talk to Sahasrara and figure out which one the green pendant is. And hopefully it'll be for a dungeon that we don't have the map for already. Well, okay then. Turtle Rock is the green pendant today.
So Ether and a Hera small key, and yeah, getting that green pendant to Turtle Rock, when we're already starting to get stuff for Turtle Rock, that may mean an early Turtle Rock dip.
Yeah, if it ends up being Ether, I guess it wouldn't surprise me to see a dip into Turtle Rock just for something. Maybe only as far as the Chain Chomp room, but you know, you don't have to go all the way down there, I suppose. Same seed, yes, the racers are playing on the same seed. It would be a little bit ridiculous of a race if they were on different seeds, I believe.
Yeah, the reason why it's the same seed is because we want this race to be for execution, not for, you know, just luck of what the seed happens to give them. So running the same seed affords us that opportunity. We got hook shot. We're getting some good items here early on.
Suddenly, that flight up to Death Mountain is looking very nice.
Absolutely. You can get up there, you can check all East Side Death Mountain. And with that Hera small key, you can actually do, once you get the Hammer or the Mirror, you can do 3 out of the 6 checks in Hera.
Yeah, they're going to need a fire source as well before doing that, but I don't know if they're going to be able to find one before actually heading up there. We're running out of spots that aren't on Death Mountain right now.
I mean, pretty much it's the front of Escape and Aegina's Cave, and that's about it.
And of course, Aegina's Cave isn't the worst with the flute, but it's definitely still not something you want to go do. Especially when you have something as lucrative as East Death Mountain open.
I mean, I would certainly, even without the Hammer or the Mirror, I would certainly be heading there now. And there's the Moon Pearl. So our concerns about the Aga Dream are slowly starting to fade. We just need the Hammer, and we have Dark World. Hammer or Titan's Mitts, and we got Dark World access.
Yeah, that's true. That castle of course, that castle tower key is probably just a giant tease. But I guess we'll see.
Well, once you get the Master Sword or the Cape, I mean, you can get in there, and with that one key, you can check both chests. So it's entirely possible that some progression may be there, even if it's not forcing you to do Aga. Which, actually, come to think about it, neither of the runners did a Lumberjack check, so we don't even know if Aga is required yet.
Yeah, I'm a fan of holding off on the lumberjack ledge until you get the boots, but I can definitely see the value in checking it early. Anyway, a quick dark room by Walther there. Gonna be checking out this sequence broken chest here on the left side of Eastern Pass. We're taking a damage boost off the little popo and hitting the switch, and it gets $1 for his trouble.
Yeah, but it gets that check done. Now if you have to come back, you can just go mode right to the big chest and then right to Armos.
I don't know if they're gonna bother doing the old man right now. I guess they have a sword, it wouldn't be too difficult at all. Yeah, it's going right in.
That's exactly what Walther's gonna do.
So as with a lot of dark rooms in this game, it's really just holding directions until you see sparkles stop or like change slightly, and this is definitely no exception. If you're a little concerned about learning dark rooms, it's actually a lot easier than you might think. You can just watch how the sparkles move slightly as you're holding a certain direction, like, oh, well, now I do this, and there you go, right outside.
And the patterns aren't that hard to learn also.
Oh no, definitely not. I think the hardest one to learn without a map might be the pod dark room, but if you just have a map open of that, it's super easy every time.
Yeah, I haven't... Meyer and Turtle Rock are the two that I have not even tried yet.
Ooh, Ace is having a little trouble there getting the little popo skip there. I think he's going to opt to just clear the room normally.
Yeah.
We do get to see the stun prize there is 5 rupees. Not the best, but definitely not the worst if they end up having to farm. There's just a small bit of money for maybe paying Kiki or something like that.
We have an empty bottle inside of Spectacle Rock.
Oh, Ace. Okay, well, at least he made it. Got nailed by one of those bubbles right before grabbing the chest there. It was a little scary because they always do a full heart of damage.
And Walther is going to make that check to Eastside Death Mountain, so we're going to have at least 8 checks. More if we get either Titan's Mitts or Hammer.
Oh yeah, this would be a great time to find Titan's Mitts over here. It just an easy transition to the Dark World side of Death Mountain for sure. I mean, the Hammer is welcome. It would let him go into Hera and grab the 3 items that they have available there. But man, oh man, those Mitts.
There's another Turtle Rock key.
Ooh, the bush crab prize is nice 20. I don't think Ace is gonna have any issues with money now. Is he gonna go up to check? Yes, he is. After eating a bomb in the bushes. Man, the lumberjack's home security is crazy. A small key.
There's the lamp. And Swagnet.
Alright. Oh no, falls off trying to set up the little bomb jump there. But he's gonna give it another shot. You got 5 chances, Walther. You can do it. That looks good.
And he gets it.
Alright, so the lamp, all that lamp puts in logic right now is the dark room of Hyrule Castle that we haven't seen yet. I can only assume that they're gonna be getting... I don't know, I feel like Hera Basement is kind of calling out right now, but we just got to find that mirror or the hammer in order to get over there.
Oh right, that's the thing I forgot about when I was saying we could get the Hera Basement was you need the fire source, but the lamp qualifies as that.
Yeah, it certainly does. I think we saw a small key on the Lonely Island up here. So hopefully by the time they find Mitts, or if Mitts happen to be here, they're gonna have to remember that if they manage to get over here without the mirror right now.
Those small keys be trolling. We got Quake. So we have 2 of the 3 medallions, but they can be the same, both Meyer and Turtle Rock can be the same medallion, and it's entirely possible that it could be Bombos.
Yeah, funnily enough, the myths would also just give us straight access to the mire, because, I mean, we have fire source already. Oh, there's the myths!
There are the myths on the desert ledge. Which means we're gonna find the book at some point, because the only other way to get to Desert Palace is myths and flute and mirrors, so we will be getting some literacy here at some point.
Agnes Cave is the best place for the book. Well, the Desert Ledge is actually pretty good too, but this one's funnier, I think.
Moment of truth. Another pod small key.
I'm disappointed. Well, it looks like Castle might be the play now.
I mean, it's the only place they have left to go at this point.
Yeah. Book on pedestal. That ain't gonna happen, sorry. Knowing that the Turtle Rock is the green pendant, that significantly lowers the chances that we're gonna have something like that on the pedestal, unfortunately.
It pretty much puts it to 0 because you need Titan's Myths just to get to Turtle Rock.
Yep. And that would cross off Hammer and Samaria and Ice Rod.
And Fire Rod.
Fire Rod. Yep.
The fact that Turtle Rock is a pendant eliminates so much from the pedestal hype index.
Yeah, we can still have fun things like the flippers or the mirror, maybe, or the bow, but I mean, we know we're gonna be getting the book, so we'll be able to check it eventually.
I mean, the mirror certainly could be there. It depends on what Turtle Rock's medallion is. If it's Bombos that needs to be there. There's the hammer.
I was gonna say, Walther's just plowing through these enemies. He might even watch his health, but the Death Warp makes a whole lot of sense right now.
Yeah, that's what he was.
And that is our Dark World access.
That is our Dark World access, and I have to assume that is exactly what he was setting up there.
Oh yeah, that's also our Hera access now too, isn't it?
Certainly is.
Man, do you think they're gonna walk all the way around there just to go to Hera? I can't imagine they'll do it right now.
No, I would... See, I have 2 routes that I normally do. I start at Houlihan, Link's House Uncle, and then do all of Kakariko and South Shore. And then my route diverges from there based on what I get. And then as soon as I get to the Dark World, I go to Thieves Town, or Village of Outcasts. I do Skullwoods first, and then do like a giant U around Thieves Town, Grove, Hype Cave, Pyramid, and all that.
Yeah.
And so now that I have that, like, I would do that standard route no matter what.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that. That's definitely a nice, safe common route, I think. AceZero now seeing the myths on there, so that information won't elude him for very long.
We have Fisher Price.
Anymore.
Yeah, we have Fisher Price, My First Shield in Escape. Sorry to cut you off there.
Oh no, you're fine. Don't worry about it. We're gonna be doing that a lot. Don't worry. It's really okay.
Oh, that's the one thing I've been learning when you work with a new co-commentator is sometimes you just stepping over each other happens because you're about to think the same thing.
It's all fun. It doesn't matter. All right, Zelda's jail cell. I don't think we're gonna. Yeah, it's just arrow upgrade. Yeah, all the value right now is in the Dark World. So
Yep.
Another thing I like to see people do is just go straight to Hype Cave, because it's a quick influx of 5 items right there. And then maybe loop up to Pyramid and Catfish, though, of course, the steam kind of peters off there because it's a long distance between those two. But the Village of Outcasts check that you mentioned definitely makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, my only issue with doing Hype Cave first is that you basically have to do a second trip into the Dark World, because without Titan's Myths, you basically get to the digging game and you have to stop there. So to me, it just feels better because no matter whether you have the Titan's Myths or not, you can go from Village of Outcasts to Hype Cave.
Yeah, the consistency is definitely good. AceZero having the same idea, plowing through every single enemy to get his hammer before letting this bat take a bite out of him. This bat doing like no damage. Looks like Walther is indeed going straight to Hype Cave first.
Yep.
He'll be able to get the information on the pendants or crystals 5 and 6 here right after checking out his nice 5-item hoard.
I was gonna say you could do a map check, but he was the one that didn't choose to get the Skullwoods map.
Alright, we have a 4th pod key.
Okay. There's your mirror.
Amazing.
And Master Sword, Red Meringue at $20.
Right.
Hype Cave was hyped today.
Yeah, I think that's really great. And that also makes Hera a lot quicker to get to. The Master Mirror has been found. Alright, let's see our crystals 5 and 6. What do we got? We got Swamp Palace and Skull Woods.
So it actually pays off for Walther to have not picked up that map because he found out anyway that Skullwoods was one of the 5-6 crystals.
Speaking of Swamp Palace, we're just... well, I would say that we are just the flippers away, but of course that small key can be anywhere.
It could be on the floating island, it could be on the Aga Ledge.
Yeah, that book is definitely a high-value item right now. Oh man, yeah, that's gonna give him so much access. And with the Master Sword, I can definitely see him putting off going up to Hera right now. Just because of the tablet up there. Not having the book, even though he does have the Master Sword. Just want to wait until you have the book so you can make that all one-trip thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. Walther's gonna elect to do Skullwoods first. Don't have the fire rods, so you can't clear it out, but you can get, you can at least get 5 of the chests in here.
Yeah, it's definitely a good spot to go to. Even when you're not in Keysanity, I definitely like checking up here first. Before heading down to the Village of Outcasts area and stuff. It looks like Ace is making the same play over to Hype Cave first, and then we'll see if he decides to go straight into the village or head up and check that pyramid and stuff.
So pretty much the maps we've gotten up to this point revealed information from everyone else. Oh, we have the second Aga Tower key.
Oh man.
They have everything to go up there.
Wow, that's a 3rd Turtle Rock key too. Yeah, Aghanim is definitely open, and other than the boots, that small key on the ledge is looking pretty nice.
I mean, that's certainly going to be something that's in the back of my mind at this point. Like, I wouldn't immediately make a beeline for Aga, but now that I know that I can get there and that there's a small key there, that's certainly going to be something that, like, if I run out of places to go, I'm gonna seriously want to head over there and check what that small key is.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult in Keysanity because there's so many small keys that you can skip getting that the logic wants you to have. Like if that's a pod key, oh no, you only have 5 pod keys to deal with. Big deal. But yeah, maybe it's like a Meyer key or something, or maybe it's the Swamp Palace key that they need. Who knows? It's really difficult to justify going up there for just a small key. But speaking of a small key, Ace ends up finding a small key there on the pyramid, but is first going to be checking out both items here in Aghanim's Tower. There's the ice rod hanging out in the back of Skull Woods right there.
Okay. The scene is also giving a very loud hint about we may be heading to Turtle Rock at some point.
Yeah, that's crazy. Already 3 small keys for Turtle Rock.
Alright, we got a heart container in the first Aga chest.
I definitely like this routing by Ace. Finding the mirror there and Master Sword instantly realizing, oh, I can just come in here and do this while checking the pyramid item. Yeah, that's definitely good. Even if it ended up not being that useful.
Again, it's always good to get locations out of the way, so that way later on when if you're trying to find for that one troll item, you've at least checked off, okay, I know it's not there, I know it's not there.
Walther immediately going to check out, ah crap, I have everything I need to do Aghanim, what's over here? Sees that small key up there. A pod key on the pyramid. That's, what is that, number 5?
That is 5.
You got 5 pod keys already, what the heck?
I mean, earlier when you were saying if the Lumberjack Ledge was a pod key, like, to me that's nothing to sneeze about right now, because with not having the bow, if you can hammer yump, you only need 5 keys. If you have the bow, you would only need 4 to full clear pod. So having the 5 now, I would be doing exactly what AceZero is doing and going to pod, because now I'm not worried about the fact that am I gonna find the 5th key if I have to burn one on the front door?
Yeah, he's definitely taken the hint that the seed is giving him right now. It's likely the 6th pod key is somewhere available soon, is what I would guess. But you don't need all of them to read where the seed's telling you to go. There's probably, definitely, maybe something in the Dark Maze in the back.
Yep. And AceZero is gonna pay off Kiki the Extortionist and head right into pod.
I think even if he doesn't know how to hammer jump, I could see him still spinning a key to get back there. Because 5 keys, that's where I want to go. It's a little unfortunate that he doesn't have the big key at the moment.
Even without the big key, there's a ton of checks.
Oh, for sure. There's a bunch of chests in pod. What is there, like 14 chests or something?
Yeah, 14. So you're not going to be able to do the big chest. Without the bow, you can't do the 2 in the bow lock portion, and you can't beat Helmasar. So you can at least get to 10 of them.
I think Walther realizes that he needs to go to pod right now, and with only 30 rupees, this Houlihan makes a whole bunch of sense, even this late in the game. Surprised neither of them gotten the Titan mitts yet. Well, they can't, is the issue. They need the book to get that, and where the heck is the book? We know they can't mirror from Meyer to get there because, of course, you would need the mitts to do that. So that book definitely has to be somewhere. Maybe that is what pod is holding.
There's also the first 4 chests in Thieves Town. And there's still a lot of Dark World overworld checks we haven't done yet.
Yeah, with the mirror, I can definitely see the first 4 in Thieves not taking long at all, but I think they're both just trying to read the seed really hard right now and doing pod-related things. And Walter's about to pick up his 5th pod key, so I could definitely see him going over to pod soon. I mean, he prepared for it already, getting the rupees, and now he's gonna say, oh yeah, definitely, now I need to go.
We've got a compass to pod there. Just a 5-arrow upgrade, so far nothing much in pod. Still have 4 more chests we can check.
Walther opting not to mirror and check Aghanim's tower right now. Since he knows, or since he has both keys and knows that there's a key on Aghanim's ledge already, maybe... Actually, oh, okay, now, never mind.
Yeah, he's heading right there now.
Yeah, he had second thoughts, and that's definitely understandable. I can't imagine he'll fully do it all right now, but definitely checking the 2 makes a lot of sense.
AceZero setting up that hammer yump. Looks like he's got it perfectly.
There we go. Something is missing. But we're not here for that. We're here for these other 2.
Let's see what we got.
Is that pod? Oh, it's Thieves Town.
Big key to Thieves Town. Okay, hey, that at least gets you into Thieves Town. And triple bombs. So at least we have some progression. We can now get to Thieves Town You can get 7 of the 8 chests. Without the small key, you can't get to the big chest, but we certainly have forward progression at this point.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, Ace is heading over there right now, and I definitely don't blame him for that. So without the small key, the only chest that adds in logic is the one next to the maiden. And if that ends up being nothing, that Thieves Town small key is probably somewhere nearby. That's just how I'm guessing right now.
We shall certainly see. I mean, there's a lot of things they can still check at this point.
Oh yeah, like the vast majority of the dark overworld is open. Well, I say that, but it's really just the Village of Outcasts and like the digging game and the Stumpy. They've already checked Type Cave and stuff. But dang, where the heck is that book?
That is certainly one of the items we are still on the lookout for, because we know, for those that may have just joined us, we know Titan's Mitts is on the desert ledge. We know that there's a small key on the Aga ledge and another small key on the floating island.
Honestly, I feel like Boots would be a really scary find right now. Because that suddenly puts that small key on Lumber Ledge in your head. I guess you would have to also find the flippers if that ends up being like the Swamp Small Key or something like that. Unless it's the Swamp Small Key, I don't see them kind of going out of their way to get that. Just because like all the other small keys are like it's not necessary to have them all.
Alright, well, while we're retracing over some steps, let's give a shout out to our tracker, Melee Wizard. He's doing a fantastic job keeping track of all the items that these runners have picked up. Please give a shout out to him.
Yeah, thanks a lot. That sounded a little sarcastic. No, I actually mean that. Thank you. I've tracked before, and it's definitely harder than commentating, let me tell you. You have to count all these stupid pod keys we've been finding. Alright, each runner just kind of doing what the other one has done right now. Kind of just swapping spots here. Ace is about to find his ice rod, which, knowing that Turtle Rock is a pendant, you don't always want to find. Walther beating himself up on these turtles here. I'm not sure what that was for. Because he has the mirror, he could have just used the mirror to get back. Unless he was like trying to get health back or something.
I unfortunately looked away, so I couldn't see to confirm it for you.
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't see how much health he had before he started taking damage, so I'm not exactly sure. Oh well. Oh, Jim brings up a really good point. He was taking the save after dying, so once he uses his keys and it ends up being nothing, he can just reset his game and save those keys. I haven't thought of that. That's super cool, dude.
That is entirely possible and totally allowable in the tournament. Although, once he finds that Thieves Town big key, I don't think he's going to be resetting.
Yeah, so having 5 pod keys and still doing that makes me think that, well, he might not know how to do the hammer yum, which is fine. It's definitely, like, super daunting until you figure out how to do it. Alright, Ace is our first player into the Village of Outcasts here. Only just a Hera map so far.
That's no information in. Yep, looks like Walther doesn't know hammer yum because he burned the key on the door.
Okay, well then, yeah, that play definitely made sense there. But, unfortunately, that does mean he will need to find the 6th pod key if he wants to go fight Helmasaur. And we don't know if they need to fight Helmasaur yet, so it's definitely possible he won't need it. Yeah, he's thinking right now.
He did it.
He did reset. All right, so he has his 5 pod keys back. Well, maybe not 5. He has however many he had back. Yep, he has 3 pod keys now. But unfortunately, that does take you entirely out of the dungeon. So if he wants to go get that key, he's gonna have to go all the way back there.
And that
And
is
it looks like he's doing just that.
That's exactly what he's gonna do. And we got the pod map there, so we're gonna know soon what pod is.
That's yeah. Well, if pod ends up being a crystal, Walther is going to feel really good about his decision, I think. Well, until he comes across the last pod key. It's probably just gonna make him think, man, I really need to figure out how to do that hammer jump.
There's Bombos. So now we have all 3 medallions. We're not going to have to worry about what's on Mire and Turtle Rock.
Interesting. With the flippers, that'll also grant access to Ice Palace, of course. Well, once we get those mitts after finding that cool-looking book. If we ever find it.
Oh, we're gonna find that book. You need Titan's Mitts to finish the game.
I don't know, there's a bunch of books in the library.
But only one that gives you the ancient Hylian language.
Surely such important information like that, like an entire language, is in more than just a single book. Like, they had to have had more prints of that.
Yeah, but this is video game logic we're talking about.
Oh, good point. Okay, Walther grabs his Thieves Town big key, and I can only assume that's exactly where he's going right now. He's gonna beeline straight for there. Went through all the trouble just to keep that key.
Max Plus Ply bringing up the point that Hyrule may also have not discovered the printing pest yet.
I guess. I mean, when you have, like... When you can cast magic out of your sword, like Bombos and Ether, I suppose a printing press might be the least of your worries. Like, this magic stuff's a lot cooler than reading, what the heck?
Again, video game logic.
Alright, Ace heading down to the Maiden's Chest. This is the only thing that the big key has unlocked in logic right now. Of course, he'll be hanging around to fight blind, I can only imagine, but I'm really interested to see what's in this chest.
Moment of truth.
There it is!
Literacy.
Oh man, alright. So there is your Titan's Myths right now, and suddenly that last pod key can be anywhere, dude.
Alright, we're gonna have our first boss fight here as AceZero heads into blind.
Cookie cutter blind fight, not that scary, though. Oh, well, getting hit kind of messes up a little bit. I think he'll be fine. He has plenty of hearts, there's really no danger of dying.
And they also got that blue potion from the bottle.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And down he goes.
Yeah, nothing else in the dungeon. Well, I guess Bombos was in there.
And,
Walther
and our first crystal of the game.
There you go. All right. So, yeah, Mitts time for sure. Then where do you go? There's a bunch of stuff to check right now. East Death Mountain would be pretty good, I think. There's 6 items over there, though the walk over there isn't exactly the best. He could go straight to Meyer area and check out the surrounding chest there, and also enter Meyer, because we're for sure can enter Meyer right now. With the Meyer big key, of course, that means that they can check the big chest there.
Yeah, honestly, you know, we discussed earlier kind of the standard route I do, which I would have done all the overworld checks already to kind of have it kind of inform my decision more. Oh, there's Tempered Sword in the digging game.
Well, I'm glad he didn't get baited by the myths right away. He stayed around to make sure that he cleared everything else, because that's great to find before dipping into some of the myths locked dungeons.
And that honestly gets to the point I was trying to make, is that I kind of would want to do more overworld right now to figure out what is more available, because sure, you can beat Desert Palace right now since you have the big key, but after that, it's kind of really up in the air where to go, because there isn't an obvious, like, oh, I'm gonna go here next. So I do some more overworld, head to Desert Palace, and then kind of based on what I get from there, decide where to go next.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. What you know what he could have done in this situation? It's kind of weird, but he could have grabbed. He could have done the frog stuff and just taken the purple chest down here with him, turned it in, checked bombos, and then jumped off into desert. But
Yep.
It looks like he's just gonna forego all that and keep his eyes on the prize.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I agree with you. That routing I would have done, but again, these runners, there's so many different ways to do this race and do different things that there's not one dominant strategy, and that's what's really good about Randomizer.
Yeah, it's Keysanity, who knows? Oh, we can't get the myth. You know what? For some reason, I'm equating book to myths, but I suppose that you actually need to go pick up the myths first, don't you?
Yeah, you kind of do.
Alright. Well, that's it for me.
Well, there's the fire shield in desert. Walther is into blind at this point. Just $20. I7Niners is asking, can you mirror over to Frog and save and quit? The thing is, you have to start from the Dark World, so you need the Titan's Mitts to get to the Frog. You can't mirror from the Light World into the Dark World.
Yeah, if the mirror worked like that, there would be some really crazy routing around Turtle Rock.
Walther getting his first crystal.
Well, Ace picks up those shiny Titan's mitts, and where are you gonna go first? To land moles, it looks like. Oh, we see Hera is the blue pendant.
Interesting enough.
Did he want to jump off right there? I don't know if he did.
Considering he's going back in, well, he was about to, but he's gonna flute out anyway.
He's gonna take the mirror, I think, to get back up there. Yeah, he is.
Yep, now that he has those Titan's mitts, he can check Meyer and then mirror back into Lamulus.
Looks like Walther ended up foregoing the rest of the Dark World check, and he's going straight to pick up his mitts. So the Tempered Sword is going to be eluding him just a little bit longer. But if he ends up doing that loop like we were talking about earlier, he can check a lot more.
We got nothing in the Meyer hut. We missed what was the medallion from Meyer, but we've got all three, so it's elementary at this point.
Yeah, I saw him walk over like he was gonna check it, and then just maybe like, whatever, I have all three. Unfortunately, mirroring right on top of that rock, of all places.
Yeah, a while ago, I forget who asked, but someone had mentioned that, you know, they were interested in volunteering for tracking. We're winding down here with the tournament, and we get new volunteers every week. But if you join our Discord channel as new tournaments come up, you can definitely sign up to track, commentate, restream. We need all the volunteer help we can get.
Yeah, definitely. Especially some races during some odd hours where there's not nearly as many people around. But yeah, definitely all the help is great. I don't know if they're still adding trackers for this tournament. Yeah, like they said, like Jack said, that we're definitely winding down here. This is we're in the what? This is the 5th week, right?
Yeah, this is the last week of the Swiss stage, and we're going to be starting the playoffs here soon, which we've been doing 100 races a week, and that's going to dwindle down fast.
Yeah, speaking of, both of these players being 1 and 3 means that they will not be able to make the playoff race that's going to be after this week, but they're just kind of continuing the races just for fun, and that's definitely cool of them to do that.
Absolutely. AceZer using Ice Rod strats on Lambo.
He hit 5 of the 6 needed. Not too hot, or not too bad considering Ice Rod's crazy.
And we found the cane of Brian in Desert. Brian, if you are looking for your cane, we found it in Desert Palace. Please go to the Lost and Found to claim it there.
Ice Rod is impossible to hit anything with. I'm really surprised that all 6 or 5 of those 6 hit. Well, no, I was saying it's not too hot because it's the Ice Rod, of course. Oh no, mirrors over that wall. It's kind of an odd place for a portal right there. Looks like he's just gonna go check out Checkerboard Cave and potentially dip into Mire right now. It's really hard to say. Mire definitely looks good, but there's so many other mid spots to check right now.
You certainly can get in there. The only thing is... No, actually, with the big key, you could full clear it right now.
Without the cane, though.
Oh right, Cane of Samaria. You can't get to Vitreous from there.
Maybe he could like paint his blue cane red, and that'll be enough. I don't know. Like, do you think the magic in the canes is purely based on their color?
Doubtful.
Just dip it in the mire and see what color it turns. Look at the green cane.
It is possible.
But yeah, it looks like he is hopping into mire here. I definitely don't blame him for this. Ooh, pod is a crystal I saw.
Yes. That's the only new information we got.
So Walther is going to be pretty happy to see that, I think, considering he did end up saving his key. So all he will need is the bow to go finish it.
So we are still a long ways away from go mode because we have a lot of big keys that we're missing. But in terms of item go mode, we're actually pretty close. We just need bow, fire rod, and cane of Samaria for certain. Swamp Palace is a crystal, so we will need the flippers. And from there, it's just a matter of all the remaining keys that we're going to have to pick up.
I don't know, 4 items I'd consider pretty close.
Considering the inventory that they have at this point, they've got most of it filled in.
That's true.
There's a useless Hyrule Castle key.
Alright, Walther is indeed going to be checking out all of this stuff. Ooh, small key. Is it the swamp? It's not. Desert, though. A little unfortunate finding that where it was, just because it's so convenient to go fight land moles right after picking up the mitts, and then the small key is right there.
Ooh, we got
behind the
butter.
mitts.
Butter in mire.
It's definitely not a bad thing to find when you have so many bosses left to go.
It certainly makes them easier. So we had someone asking about what this actually is. So this is a Link to the Past randomizer. We have some devs that have taken the ROM of A Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past and changed it to randomize all the item locations in the game. So now any item can be anywhere as long as it follows the logic to be able to complete the game. This is the Keysanity variant where all the dungeon items normally would be in their respective dungeons but randomized, but in this game, they're all over the place with everything else.
Yeah, it definitely makes you play differently than a normal randomizer for sure.
Yep, and the goal is still, there's different goals, but for this tournament, it's the same goal as usual. Get the 7 crystals and go beat Ganon. You don't necessarily need to get the pendants, because you only need the pendant to check what's on the pedestal. But sometimes what's on the pedestal may actually be important, and you may have to go get those pendants to get it.
Speaking of the pedestal, I think once we find our fire rod, we'll be getting that pedestal check after they finish up Skull Woods. If by the time they find it, you know, if it can still be something.
I mean, any of those smaller big keys that we need for the crystal dungeons, they can certainly be on the pedestal. And we still have that one small key on the Aga ledge that is certainly could be something. There's the Ice Palace. There's the Ice Palace one. Yeah,
definitely not a needed big key for us runners, but oh, that's a better one. Well, only slightly better because we know here's a pendant.
The thing is with Keysanity, sometimes the seed may force you to dip into pendant dungeons.
Yeah, that's 3 items up there.
Well, actually, neither of the runners have dipped into Hera at all yet, so we still have all 6 to check.
Right. I'm sorry, you're right. I just meant like 3 specifically behind the big key, but yeah, there's the 3 before it as well.
Yeah, I mean, what you said makes sense.
All right, well, I'm checking that Bombos tablet.
Oh! Someone get Phantom Ryu in here. That's gotta be Kane.
Oh, man. All right. Now we're talking. I figured he'd jump off and go check out the Desert Small Key lock things right there, but yeah, this makes a lot more sense actually. Just go straight to Meyer.
That actually pays off for Walther because he can now finish off Meyer, where AceZero is going to have to go back in if Meyer's a crystal.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate, man. Of course, if it ends up being a pendant that we won't need, Walther's going to be doing a lot more of the dungeon than he needs to be. You know, that also gives us Turtle Rock access, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
Without the big key, though, it's, you know, questionable, but it definitely lets you get into some of it. AceZer almost hit the wrong peg there. I was watching that. Don't think I missed that.
And we got Vanilla Quake for Turtle Rock.
Yeah, the medallions required to open these dungeons is randomized, despite them being the vanilla ones this time. Gonna be checking out these the Super Bunny Cave and the Hookshot Cave. Gonna be checking out these first in case you can find the Fire Rod. There's a couple more things you can do in Turtle Rock with those. Don't worry, he'll go into the Turtle Rock. He's gotta. Oh wait, he doesn't have the cane. Ace doesn't have the cane right now. Never mind, he ain't going to the Turtle Rock right now.
No, he's not.
Oh! Did you see that? Oh, we just had 2 really big finds. AceZero just found the Ganon's Tower Big Key in Super Bunny Cave, while Walther just found the Swamp Palace Small Key on the right side of Desert.
Wow. That's huge.
Wow, okay, that's really great. So, does Ace have that key? No, he doesn't. Where was that? Oh, it was in the Peg Cave. Yeah, you're right. Oh, man.
So,
Walther's route is paying off tremendously, I believe. Saving the western side of Dark World to the south U shape that you were talking about. Saving that until after finding the myths just saved him so much time by getting all these items in a single trip.
Alright, we're gonna see what that small key is here on the floating island.
Mire? Oh god.
Well, that's pretty useless.
The Misery Mire's small keys, the only thing that they're used for in Logic is to check these 2 torch chests here on the left side. That's it. And there was nothing in any of these, right? I think there was what? The butter sword, the gold sword, and like a bomb upgrade?
That was pretty much it. We are gonna get an ether check here.
And Ace does have both the small and big keys of Hera, so he'll be able to fully clear the dungeon while he's up here. Unfortunately, oh wow! Hey, Fire Rod might just be an Ice Palace, who knows? We do know Hera is a blue pendant, so it's possible that this isn't required, but I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Certainly. Hera is accessible at this point. You can get everything in here.
Is the Aghanim small key dead? I think it is, though it may be required by logic, but I don't think that that small key can actually be anything useful. As long as you know your Ice Palace bomb jumps, I don't think that that's going to be anything useful.
Yeah, I mean, the only required key at this point would be the Thieves' Town small key, but that's only if there's a progression item in that chest.
Oh yeah, I guess the same could be said for that lava island in Turtle Rock, huh?
That is true as well.
AceZer's getting this nice little coffee break here, waiting for all these pegs. Or pegs, waiting for the tiles while he's on the pegs. Alright, we've had this Hera small key for a while, and access to this chest for a while. What's it gonna be? Well, whatever.
Just a GT map. Pretty useless. Trolling again!
That is among the most useless items to find in Keysanity. Like, if you're a newer player and you need like compasses to see how many items you have left in a dungeon, that's cool and all if you need that information. but the Ganon's Tower map, let me tell you, that doesn't do a darn thing. I guess you can get lost in Ganon's Tower. Then I guess the Hyrule Castle map would be more useless. Alright, Walther, using his Cane of Samara, is going to be heading down to fight Vitreous. And we'll be able to see not only what his drop is, but we will be able to see if it is a pendant or crystal, finally.
Absolutely.
Why don't they have timers? They do have timers, don't they? In the top left and the top right?
Yeah, they have them there.
Yeah. The timers that you see are really just for viewer benefit. All the timing is done through the Speedruns Live IRC channel.
Yeah, in terms of when they got done, we use the official SRL time to time who wins and who doesn't.
Alright, looks like Zero took a fall before Moldorm, so maybe that he's just getting his falls out of the way before the actual fight.
It's possible. But there is a reason we call him Trolldorm, and it's not good.
I mean, when you have the golden sword, it's just 2 slashes. There's not too much that can go wrong. There we go.
Very textbook fight there.
Oh, baby, what is this?
Big key to Eastern.
Not a bad find. We're still missing the last pendant. So we don't know what the last pendant is, but if Eastern Palace is a crystal, that's definitely something that Walther's coming to come up here and do.
Well, we may find out. Walther is about to head into Vitreous, so if we may see what... Well, we'll see what Meyer is. It could entirely be a pendant or a crystal. Gonna use Brian's strats on these eyeballs.
Oh my gosh, this is so laggy. I love it.
But he gets him down.
Alright, Ace tackling Spike Cave here.
And down he goes. Ooh!
Oh
There's the
my!
D! And the red pendant!
That's the last pendant. Whoa.
So, you had to dip into pendant, pendant Hera for the Eastern Big Key and pendant Meyer for the D.
Oh man. Alright, that means our last crystals are gonna be Ice Palace and Eastern Palace.
Yep. And that there is Randomizer in a nutshell. Just because...
Ace is going Sorry, go ahead.
No, he's going to Ice Palace.
But yeah, you were saying just because things are pendants doesn't mean you're not gonna have to do them.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a textbook example right there.
Man. The routing has been very kind to Walther this match, for sure. Ace is going to have to go do Peg Cave to get the Desert Small Key. He's going to have to go to the Bombos Tablet to find the Cane of Samaria. And then he's going to have to go back into Meyer to check Vitreous. In addition to remembering to check Desert while he's there as well. Question, how much damage does the Brian Ball do? The little spinny thing around you when you're using the blue cane? I believe that is typically fighter sword damage. I don't think it's ever anything different.
I honestly don't know. We have Blue Mail on the Lake Hylia Island.
I don't know if they're going to go out of their way to grab that. That's kind of a weird spot to check if you're not already, you know, in that area.
I'd probably pick it up, but as I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking how I would route it.
Yeah, they've already kind of done that walk over to, like, from the bomb shop to pod. They don't need to do that anymore, and there's really no reason to be down there in the Dark World.
You know what I would, you know how I probably would do it? Is I would save and quit here, then use the Swamp Dark World portal, go pick it up, and then swim right to Ice Palace.
Yeah, that would probably be the best way to do it, I think.
Alright, life lesson, love lesson, item lesson, cape lessons!
Have we seen the buffer ledge yet? I don't remember if they checked it from Skull Woods to Village of Outcasts or not.
I don't think so?
I'm sure someone in chat who's paying more attention than us knows. Bumper was a key? Oh.
Oh, those small keys continue to troll, although, as we were saying earlier, we need one Thieves Town small key and one Turtle Rock small key, and we can pretty much forget about the small keys from there.
Alright, well someone else is saying that Bumper was a map, so I don't know who to believe anymore. I guess we'll find out if he goes back there. If he's not going back there immediately, it might not be anything important.
Yep, he's heading straight for Ice Palace.
So Walther may be very well hopping into the Turtle Rock right now. Without the Fire Rod and without the big key, there's not a whole lot he can check. I would be super interested in checking out the right side of Pod right now. Though I can definitely see not going in there until you find the big key. Because that's kind of a haul to get all the way back there another time.
And I actually think Walther's heading for Hera. The way he mirrored, he's gonna do Ether Tablet here and then head up to Hera.
Oh, he'll be super happy to find that Eastern key then. That'll go nice with his new bow. Fire Rod could be on Laser Bridge. It definitely could if they end up finding that Turtle Rock Big Key first. Where was the bow? The bow was off of Pendant Vitreous. Not even the green Pendant Vitreous, just the normal Pendant Vitreous.
Yep. We know that there's a small key on Aga Ledge, but at this point, we just need a Thieves Town small key and maybe a Turtle Rock small key, and we've got all the small keys we need. Oh, Walther is not gonna go to Hera. He's gonna go to Ice instead.
Ooh. I wonder how long it'll be before he goes back up there, because he definitely needs to. It's like Ace is not going to... Oh, never mind. I don't know how the pegs are compared to the Switch colors. I've only played this game a little, I guess. Oh, is that good? There you go.
Nice execution on the bomb jump there.
Someone asked me what was in Hera. Moldorm had the Eastern Palace Big Key, which is a crystal dungeon, even though Moldorm himself gave a pendant.
So that's 2 pendant dungeons that their bosses had required items on.
So are we going to get... Oh gosh, Trinex can't really drop anything worthwhile, can he? He can drop the Pod Big Key, I guess.
He could.
I think that's the only thing required that he can drop.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of go mode at this point, we need the Fire Rod for item go mode. We need a Swamp Palace. Well, we have the Swamp Palace small key, so we're good there. We need the Pod Big Key. And that's it. Fire Rod and Pod Big Key, and we're in go mode. And Trinex cannot have that Fire Rod.
Oh, almost missed that chest. There we go. The Eastern map, well. If he didn't already know it was a crystal, he'll definitely know now. I wonder how long it's going to take Ace to go back to Vitreous. That's got to be super low on the priority list right now.
Well,
I mean, of course he needs the cane first even still, but man.
Alright, so let's think about... Ooh, there's the Fire Rod!
Oh my. Hanging out in Ice Palace, of course. Trying to keep his cool.
So, to your question, so...
The Big Key of Turtle Rock was also in Ice Palace.
Okay!
Well, both those things you just said we needed have both been found. What the heck?
Well, no, the pod one, not the Turtle Rock one.
Oh, of course, yeah. Never mind, Turtle Rock is not pod.
And we also had a shovel.
Trinex can have it.
Trinex could have it. The pedestal could also have it.
Pedestal's currently in play. We have everything we need to go pick it up. I can only imagine they're gonna go to Skull Woods after this, and then they'll check it, and we'll know for sure.
Yeah, so to your earlier point about AceZero, finding the Fire Rod and the Turtle Rock Big Key is gonna cause problems for him, because he's, to your point, he's probably gonna go do Skull Woods. If he doesn't find anything, he'll probably do Turtle Rock, which is exactly the same things that Walther is going to do. And at that point, I mean, I would assume that we're gonna find that Pod Big Key at some point along the way, and that will put Walther in a go mode, and that will put AceZero at a distinct disadvantage.
Yeah, he's gotta have some really kind of lucky routing going to those right places soon. I mean, it's nice that he's checking stuff that he needs to check anyway. But man, oh man.
Where was that Swamp Palace small key again?
The Swamp Palace small key was on the eastern side of the desert.
Right. And the... Okay, and that's why the desert small key was important.
Yep. I mean, they could have sequence broke it from the back, but of course it was a crystal dungeon, so it doesn't really make much sense to do that.
Yep.
What is Ace still looking for? Ace is looking for quite a few things. He needs the bow, he needs the cane of Samaria, and a number of big keys still. I say a number, but it's only one, isn't it? Yeah, Pod.
We know the cane is on Bombo's tablet. We know that the bow is on Vitreous.
Walther. What is Walther doing right now? I'm not sure. Did he forget to check this chest?
No, I think he did not do Ice Palace bomb jump, so this is probably his only way back to get down to Cold Stare, which is exactly where AceZer is now.
Well, he has a small key and the cane of Samaria. He could have just taken the door, couldn't? No, he couldn't have opened that door. No, because if he used that door, then he wouldn't have been able to get to the bottom, because there's a small key behind the big door.
Down goes Cold Stare for AceZer.
Okay, I applaud Walther for knowing his limits. Like, even though he's not doing the bomb jump, he definitely handled that correctly, rather than just spinning the key and then being out of luck.
Interesting that now he's gonna bomb jump.
Ace sees that Eastern Palace is a crystal, and he's gonna try to avoid going there because that big chest is open to him now, and he's like, I don't want to go all the way in there just for that. Please give me the bow somewhere else. It's kind of low on health right now. I think he still has that blue potion, but it's not that high right now. Oh, there's a bunch of hearts right there from the flying V penguins, the mighty ducks. They're actually not really in a V, are they? Alright, Ace heading up to Mothula right now. We'll be able to see the pedestal check after this, I can hope. Oh boy, do I hope.
It's pretty much Pod Big Key, that's all that's left that we need to find.
Alright, good. Walther made it to Vitreous. Little hiccup there in the middle of the dungeon where you had to kind of redo it just to be super safe, I guess.
Yep, Walther's into Cold Stare now.
This is why I am a strong believer that you always bomb jump, even if you don't think you need to.
Yeah, we've seen in Keysanity that the one time you don't want to bomb jump is when you have all of the keys. Because it actually is faster if you go in with all the small keys to begin with. But, you know, muscle memory of running Randomizer, more often than not, you do the bomb jump anyway.
It's so rare to go into Ice Palace having the big key and both small keys. Also, Walther has 2 hearts left. Don't die, dude. Oh boy, here we go. Cane of Pride strats. Let's go. Okay, he only needed 1 more hit.
And a very textbook fight for AceZer on Mothula.
Yeah, as textbook as Mothula can be anyway, considering his dumb flying around and spike immunity.
Alright. Oh, he's gonna get that one chest first.
Yeah, definitely.
I thought we were up for a pedestal check, and then, whoops, forgot about the obvious thing.
No, he's gonna tease you just a little bit longer.
There's that fourth small turtle rock key. Now, here's the pedestal check.
Is Trinex gonna have it? Oh my gosh.
Let's see if it's on the pedestal.
Oh, baby. Dang.
Just pocket change.
Oh, goodness. Well, that doesn't rule out Trinex, of course, but it's a little unfortunate.
Trinex could still have it.
But then again, Ace, he doesn't have what he needs. Okay, so this is interesting. He's gonna be finding his Cane of Samaria soon, I think, because he's gonna be doing the blacksmith. Oh no, he'll be finding his Desert Small Key soon, and then he'll be finding his Swamp Small. And then is he also going to get the cane while he's doing this? Do you think he's going to take the chest all the way down there and check Bombo's tablet before going into Swamp Palace? Oh, he can't go into Swamp Palace. It's the keys first.
I would imagine. I mean, this is probably going to be... I mean, if he's doing... Well, if he's going to be doing this where he's going to do Jeremiah and all this, I would think he would do the lunchbox as well. He wouldn't just leave it behind.
Yeah.
And actually, this may...
Well,
the thing is, this is the chain of logic that's gonna get him back in the race, because he's gonna get Desert Key here, which will then, hopefully, if he gets, as he's doing that lunchbox check Bombos and get Cane of Samaria, and then he'll be in the Desert Mire area to get Swamp Palace Small Key and kill Vitreous for the bow. So if he does this right, he can get back on track here a little bit, because Walther has still not gone to Hera to get the Eastern Big Key.
what I'm worried about is if, after picking up the chest, he mirrors and then flies down, rather than taking the Dark World with him down to check Bamos. I guess even if he did that, he would still check Bamos after doing swamp things. So it still probably won't be eluding him too long. But he may be doing Swamp Palace first. Oh, no, it looks like he is just gonna take it with him. Never mind then.
Alright.
He'll definitely be checking Bamos.
So this may pay off for him.
No, oh no, he's going north! He's gonna go check the ledge and then... Oh no, he's gonna check the graveyard ledge and then he's going to fly down. Is that what's gonna happen?
Yeah, that might be what he's doing. Oh, it was a map. It wasn't a key.
Alright.
He could still do Graveyard Ledge here. And then, yeah, he'll probably flute from there. So, unless he intentionally goes back and goes for the portal for Bombo's tablet, he may still not go get that cane.
Yeah, I think what he's gonna end up doing is he's gonna go get he's gonna go check Desert Palace after this, is what I believe he's going to do. He'll find his swamp key, he'll go do swamp, and then he'll check Bamos. At least I hope that's what he does. Did he skip pegs? No, I'm pretty sure he did pegs, right? Yeah, he has a small key to Desert, I just checked. Speaking of Swamp Palace, however, Walther is headed down there right now. This is a great dungeon to go mode, but missing that pod big key, I don't think he's going to be doing it. Might see that full left side check. Wait, where's he going? Is he going to Catfish? Yeah, I guess so. Okay. Oh, Chad's saying, did he not go check the, He turned in the blacksmith but didn't go talk to him? Is that what happened? Oh no. I don't think they had anything, but that's kind of funny. Alright, Walther. Walther in the Swamp Palace only needs the pod big key. Oh, he still needs the Eastern big key as well. Okay, so yeah, he'll definitely be full clearing this, missing 2 required big keys.
Yeah, not going to Hera is still gonna put Walther back a bit.
Another GT small key, though I don't think there's nothing that can be there that we need. Yep, and there goes Ace, flying down to 7. He's going to be turning that in. This isn't 7, what the heck? What am I talking about?
He may still be going for Bombo's tablet.
Oh my gosh, I've never seen a route like this before. He's doing that?
I've actually seen some runners do it this way before if they need to do Bombos as well.
Okay, then this is going to be really nice. He'll go do Meyer first then, and then he will mirror to check the east side of Desert. What's he doing? Did he never check this? Huh.
No, I think Walther was the only one that did.
Oh, interesting. Usually that is just part of checking out the Hype Cave, but I guess it just kind of slipped his mind while he was doing it. Alright, Walther getting into the meat of Swamp Palace. Well, I say that, but that's kind of the back of Swamp, isn't it? Not this first part. Oh, there's our desert map. Do it, check Bombos. No, no, do not go to desert. Yes,
He
good.
remembered. He remembered.
Go over there and then hop down to desert. Oh, okay. This is what you needed, Ace. This is what you needed to do. This is gonna get you back in the race. We hope. That Eastern big key is your leg up right now. Perfect. He is having a huge sigh of relief right now. I almost skipped that. No. No. Do Meyer. Oh, he's already done Meyer, and he knows it's a pendant. Oh, it makes sense for him not to do this at all, doesn't it?
He's really thinking about it.
But is he doing it?
I mean, this is the only thing he could be doing.
No, he's gonna mirror the desert and check out the east side of desert.
Well, that'll at least give him the swamp key.
Wait, he's done this, right? Yeah, okay, he realizes he has. There's just 2 things here he needed, which is so weird. I like how we found both the desert big key and the Meyer big key right next to each other, and both of them have really important items in them.
Certainly. Alright. So he's gonna get this swamp key here. And then we have to hope that he flutes back, either mirrors back to get to the portal to go beat Vitreous.
Going all the way to Vitreous if I was in his shoes right now, I would absolutely not be doing Vitreous right now. Not a pendant Vitreous. I would absolutely go check Turtle Rock first with the cane, just because of the higher density. Which is unfortunate because we know exactly where that bow is.
Well, he mirrored.
Yeah, he's gone.
And then when he got the flute, he's gone.
Well, 1 out of 2 ain't bad. That's almost half. So, but he does need to come back here later. but I can absolutely see him doing all of Turtle Rock first. Alright, now Walther is getting into the meaty parts where all the items are of Swamp Palace. There wasn't anything on the left side.
Nope. And so far, still nothing.
We're really excited when I see that big key pop up, and then it's going to end up being like the skull big key or something.
Yeah, we're gonna have to contain our excitement for a sec before we see the text. Alright, so unless Argus had... So, here's the thing for Ace. He's gonna do Swamp. I imagine Turtle Rock is next up unless it's the Pod Big Key is here. And pretty much as long as Ace follows Walther, finding the Pod Big Key is going to be a detriment to him because that puts Walther into go mode. Well,
Yeah.
except for getting the Eastern Big Key off of Hera.
Yeah, Chet brings up a good point. Walther still needs the Eastern Palace big key off Moldorm, but that is highly more likely for him to go there than it would be for Ace to go all the way back to Vitreous when he's already cleared all of Meyer, except for that. I could definitely see Walther after this doing both Turtle Rock and Hera right side by side.
I mean, since they're both pendant dungeons, I'd probably do pendant Hera first before pendant Turtle Rock.
That's true. I would definitely agree with that. And then that'll send him off to check the right side of Pod, and that's it, because I guess that's all that unlocks right now.
But just a heart container.
Oh wait, no, it's the Eastern Key. Never mind. He'll be checking out Eastern Palace, of course. After Hera. Yeah. That's what I meant to say.
I mean, he could still check the bow lock portion. It doesn't... Just because it's the Eastern Big Key doesn't prevent it from him from doing that.
Right, of course.
And actually, the Pod Big Key could be an Eastern as well.
Where is he going? He's checking the big bomb. Hey.
He does have both 5-6 crystals at this point.
Swamp Palace was a big stack of nothing. How like Swamp Palace to have absolutely nothing and still be a crystal dungeon?
Well, there's still the big key chest, and the big chest, I mean, and this Fat Fairy check.
You know, I could definitely see Walther just walking right over to Pod after this. I don't know if actually flying there would be faster. It probably would be. Never mind. Walking in the, you know, not in the literal sense, but the the other one. Are boots required? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Boots aren't required.
Depending on where that pod key is, of course. Yeah,
Although
if they
you
end
do
up...
bring... Go ahead. Sorry.
I love the lull in commentary, and then we just both start talking at the same time. This is great. I wouldn't have it any other way. Don't worry. I was gonna say, if they do end up finding boots, that'll at least open up what, 2 items, I guess.
And the funny thing
in
is,
addition to fast.
You're talking about the lulls and silence. We're both thinking of the same thing, because I was about to say, well, Pod Big Key could be on either Bonk Rocks or King's Tomb, and that would require the boots.
Right, Walther's just kind of cleaning up overworld stuff that Ace has actually already done. So if Walther keeps doing this, Ace is just gaining time on him.
Yeah, but until he goes back to Meyer and kills Vitreous, he's gonna he's gonna be at a disadvantage.
Yeah, we may be very well seeing an all dungeons run from Ace, depending on where that pod key ends up being. I would love if Trinex had it, by the way. I would just... all 3 pendant bosses having something, that's hilarious, dude. That's hilarious for a game I'm not playing in right now.
Especially when it's just a pocket change on the pedestal.
Right? I know. I guess green pendant turning could also be it as well. Why does he need to kill Vitreous? The bow is required to complete Ganon's Tower. There are 2 enemies, actually there's 4 enemies in Ganon's Tower that absolutely require the bow to progress. So the bow is going to be required in every single seed to take out those 2 enemies.
And go ahead.
I was going to say, even if Eastern and Pod end up not being required because of pendants, you will still need the bow to finish Ganon's Tower.
And the thing is, in this particular game, both Eastern and Pod are crystals, and they're required to kill the bosses.
Alright, Walther is scaling Death Mountain. He's got Hera and Turtle Rock up here. Which one is he going to go to first? I definitely don't blame him for going to Hera first.
Yeah, this routing tells me it's Hera.
Yeah, he's probably not going to likely bother with Turtle Rock yet. He's going to head off towards Eastern Pod right after this. Well, will he check Pod? I would think if you're in the area, you might as well check Pod. Or he can just do Spike Cave first, that's fine. Nice, a small key to Skull Woods. Dang it, I thought that was Turtle Rock. Oh, he already has all the Turtle Rock keys.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. I hope it's on the lava island. Oh wait, what am I talking about? I hope it's off Trinex.
You're just wanting it to be in Turtle Rock somewhere.
Oh, well, it's gotta be, doesn't it? I don't think we have anywhere else to check.
Eastern.
Oh, of course. Yes, of course. And the right 2 chests in Pod. Oh, well, this routing looks like he's going to Turtle Rock.
I would also point out that they have a shovel.
They do have a shovel, and neither of them have used it yet. Walther making the play on Turtle Rock here. He has all 4 keys, all 4 small keys, and the big key. He will definitely be doing absolutely everything here. Either the boots or the Pod big key have to be here, right? I mean, not necessarily, but I'm saying in the hoping sense that one of them has got to be here.
I mean, all we need is the Pod big key, and it can be anywhere. It doesn't have to be on Trinex at this point.
Has he even been over here yet? Like, has he done East Death Mountain at all? I'm pretty sure he has.
I want to say he has, but, I mean, we'll know once he drops down off of that ledge.
Is there any reason it can't be on Armos? The Pod Big Key can absolutely be on Armos Knights. We have not seen Armos yet.
It can pretty much be anywhere except Ganon's Tower or any items that are locked in Ganon's Tower.
I'm excited. I really am. I'm really excited to see Turtle Rock here.
Well, here we go.
Alright, Ace. Oh, yep. he is also going up to Turtle Rock after... Oh, snuck past that little dead rock there. I thought he was going to be stuck.
Nothing so far.
So if the pod big key happens to be here, Walther might go into pod to check the big chest? I don't know. Like before doing Hera. And then that'll be some time gained back from Ace.
There's really no way to know at this point until we see it.
Yeah, just kind of speculating, but there's definitely ways that this race can still even up quite a bit.
Yeah, both of them.
Some really...
Sorry.
No, your turn.
So both of them are missing an item that the other has. Ace has the Eastern Big Key from Trollworm. Walther has the bow from Vitreous. So they both have to go back to Appended Dungeon and kill the boss there. And they both need the pod Big Key, and that's all we need for go mode. We got Powder!
Ooh. Yeah, unfortunately for Ace, though, I think Walther will definitely be doing a Hera before Ace goes back into Vitreous. Just because Walther hasn't been to Hera at all, and Ace has already cleared all of Meyer except for the boss. Speaking of Powder, while it does unlock the bat item, these guys are still on green mail. Powder is definitely welcome at a time like this, especially in this room where all these enemies do 4 hearts of damage other than the bubbles.
And you have all those anti-fairies to refill them.
Yeah, that laser also does 4, and I guess they have the bug net.
Well, there's a riot shield to help with those lasers.
Yeah, Turtle Rock is, I think, the first place in the game that has the traps that actually are affected by your armor. I guess the Meyer big chest has lasers too. But yeah, all of the traps here, the lasers, the rolling logs, all those will still do 4 hearts of damage to you on green mail.
Well, there is that blue mail on the floating island.
It's true. I think at this point they would have gone back and got that already if they wanted it.
I mean, they've got enough hearts, and well, actually, they still only have 1 bottle.
Speaking of hearts, Walther actually has a lot less than Ace does right now. He's missing 4. Were they all in Hera?
I know there was at least 1 there.
Alright, into Mimic Cave we go. Opting to hammer them despite having the golden sword. That's interesting.
Still nothing.
Walther skips some hearts intentionally. Dang, that's really unfortunate because when you're eating 4 hearts of damage, that's only 3 hits you can take. I love spin attacking against that crystal switch. It makes things so weird. Oh, Ace, watch out! You got 1 hit left. Don't get zapped.
You got it.
Now with the mirror shield, he can't get zapped anymore. There's
the boots!
Alright. You're this close to the end of Turtle Rock. I think you clear it at this point.
I certainly would. Because again, in terms of us, we know we only need 1 more item to get into go mode. They both need 2.
It's gonna take the emergency magic supply here with the mirror shield. He doesn't really need it, but whatever. It works. If he needs to end up powdering the fairy on the way to Trinex, he'll have the magic for it. Use the boots. Yeah, this is a great spot to use them right here. They came just in time.
As well as that riot shield. Alright, there's the other mail upgrade.
Alright, suddenly 12 hearts is looking a lot safer than it was. Oh!
There it is!
That's it, dude. Well, that's it for us, but he still needs more stuff. Alright, so we know where everything is now. Walther, after this, is gonna go finish pot. For sure. He's definitely gonna go do that. After that, though, I can't imagine he's gonna put anything over going to Hera.
I mean, this is essentially what the game is going to come down to at this point. Who goes back into the Pendant Dungeon first? Does Walther go back into Hera first, or does Ace go back into Meyer first? The one that does that first gets the lead.
I mean, Walther hasn't even been into Hera, has he?
No, he hasn't.
Yeah, so that feels like, not only is it more likely, it's also much shorter than going to Vitreous would be. But he still might be doing, like, bonk rock checks and stuff like that next.
Yeah, that's why I emphasized it the way I did, is basically, they both have to go into Pendant Dungeons. The more they do the overworld, the more they're going to be going away from the one item they need.
Well, yeah, Ace is gonna do it too, though. He's gonna be checking the everything, all the bonk rock stuffs, and because I would definitely check those before going to Vitreous. Still, I think it makes a whole lot of sense to do that.
Chat bringing up a good point, though. All 3 Pendant Dungeons were in the end required to get something.
Oh, that's amazing. Alright, Walther's peacing out. Oh, Ace took a fall, but worse, he got shot, so he's got a lot less health to work with. Oh, he has blue mail, so it wasn't as bad, but it still kind of stinks.
And with that, with the powder, he can get the fairy there.
Yeah, as we kind of predicted after finding that thing there. The last pod key was in the bonk rocks. Thanks, Logic.
And now that save and quit that reset that Walther did wasn't necessary.
How long ago did we find 5 pod keys and we just now found the last one? Logic in this game is so funny.
There's another bottle.
I think that's our 3rd bottle. I think they saw an empty bottle somewhere and just didn't pick it up.
Yeah, it was inside. It was inside Spectacle Rock. They both did not go and get it.
That's right.
All right, here's the pod play for Walther.
He'll be able to turn in his green pendant too. Oh man. Ace may very well be going to turn the green pendant as well right now. In addition to like Monkrock and stuff like that. He'll be seeing that pod key and he'll really want to go use it, but he no bow, dude. Oh, Walther almost walked away without turning the green pendant. He's going back for it.
He's gonna do that now. We're gonna get a powder check from AceZer.
Why does Jack Strippy have a boss key? Yeah, you found a boss key. I haven't found mine yet. I didn't even notice that down there.
Oh, that's just how the layout is. It's our boss key. It's not my boss key.
We're the key mentators. Wow, not even a chuckle. It wasn't that bad. Okay, it was a little bad. That's fine. All right, Ace, where are you headed right now, dude? Where is he going actually? Oh, the bonk stuff. Of course, I knew that.
The same things that Walther has done.
Pod key number 6. Amazing. It's not often you find all 6 pod keys, so it's definitely cool, though it came a little late, I feel. Where was the bow? The bow was off Vitreous! It is, unfortunately going to be one of the last spots Ace goes back to check. He's already done all of Meyer except the boss.
Yeah, for those that just joined us, Walther found... Well, he found a lot of items in the overworld that Ace didn't. So when Ace went into Meyer, Ace could not full clear because he didn't have the Cane of Samaria. Walther did, so he could. He got the bow off of Vitreous. AceZer, on the other hand, has been to Tower of Hera and got the Eastern Big Key off of Trolldorm. So this is where we are at this point. AceZer has got to go back to Meyer and beat Vitreous. Walther has got to go to Hera and beat Trolldorm. The first one that does that will get into go mode and take the lead.
Yeah, and we can only assume it's going to be Walther at this point. Ace, oh no, he's going to check the pod big chest. Oh no, dude, that stings. And it makes a whole lot of sense, which is unfortunate for him. He's gonna have to make a 3rd trip into pod. That's crazy.
Walther is into Helmistar now.
Oh, chat brings up a good point. He may also just mirror and check the Eastern Palace big chest as well. For the vanilla bow that isn't there, he's gonna just lose even more time. It's just really unfortunate.
Down goes Helmistar for Walther.
It's not often you get to do Harry up twice in the same match.
And there's the big key to Skullwoods on Helmistar.
He might go there. Having a little trouble, but I think we got it. There we go.
Just to make 20. And actually, that's where Walther's headed right now. He did Helmistar first, and now he's going to go get the big chest.
What does Walther need from Hera? The Moldorm has the Eastern Palace big key, which is a crystal dungeon. Why did he not open that chest? He just walked right past it. What the heck?
Remember?
Yes, I do remember.
For those that may have just joined us, Walther did a hard reset to save the keys. Oh, here we go! AceZer's going to Vitreous!
Whoa! Yo, I wasn't expecting to come back here so early. I say early, but it's been a while, I guess. But this is pretty good.
This is gonna be huge. Alright, so to finish the thought, Walther came in here, did a hard reset after checking everything to save the keys. So that's why he's bypassing all those chests, because he's already checked them once before.
I'm extremely surprised how long it's taking Walther to get back into Hera, or to actually go to Hera for the first time. That has 6 items in it.
I mean, this is the... At this point, it's a wild goose chase for that one item. And it can be anywhere, and it's just a matter of what do you want to check first.
He's not going there now. Where are you going? He's going to the Skullwood's big chest. Heck yeah, dude. I love checking this place. It kind of stinks to have to come back here to do it, but it actually isn't that far away from the fluke point.
We'll need to ask when we get to interview, but I have to wonder, as soon as AceZero gets this bow and realizes it, I wonder if he's gonna think he's like way behind at this point. But in fact, he's about to take the lead.
When it's almost 2 hours in and you still don't have everything, I feel like you've got to feel behind. At this point, I feel like for the majority of races, it's either you're missing one item, or you're done, or it's the Ganon's Tower big key, and that's it.
But here we go. Walther may be heading for Hera now.
Well, hopefully he'll do everything except the basement first.
Ace has got to be careful.
Yeah, he's got blue mail. Oh god, down to 1 heart. You have a... Yeah, he does. Oh, he's gonna keep. It's gonna say the blue potion, but the cape definitely works too. Oh, don't go too high. There you go.
Alright, down goes Vitreous. There's that bow, and at 1 hour, 56 minutes, and 38 seconds, AceZero officially enters go mode.
Unfortunately, though, he does have 2 dungeons to do still, while Walther will only have to do Eastern Palace. Well, I say that, but Walther is having to do 2 dungeons anyway, isn't he, because of Moldorm?
Well, look at it this way. It's gonna mean that this is still a close race.
No, he's going to the basement first. Oh no, dude. Oh no, this isn't good for him.
He also messed up the coffee break there. He's gonna have to re-hit the switch.
Yeah, he gets his break, but he's gonna have to do more after it. Ace, this bird is chasing him down, dude. Okay, there it went.
That murder dactyl just wants to give him a hug.
Looks like Zero Suit Samus. I'm really sad we didn't get to say that at all.
Chat was having real fun with the fact that Ace had Zero Suit Samus, and they kept bringing up that Ace was using Zero Suit Samus. Meanwhile, Walther was using Valeria from World of Warcraft, and that's thanks to all the fine sprite artists that we have that make all of these custom sprites for this game, so you can have a little fun running around in different characters, and shout outs to all those sprite artists.
Where was GT Big Key? Where was GT Big Key? It was...
Super Bunny Cave.
Yes, it was. That's right. We found like 2 cool things right next to each other, and I had trouble remembering which was where. Are we on the hunt for anything? We're not on the hunt for anything. However, Walther sure is, but he's going to be getting it really soon.
He's going to get that Eastern Big Key as soon as he finishes off Trolldorm.
Oh no, he's trying to bounce off the chest there, but got hit by the spark.
Interesting enough, they're probably going to finish both of their bosses at about the same time, and then they both just have to do Eastern, but only difference being AceZero is right there. He just has to mirror and go in.
This is going to be... These guys took wildly different routes mid-game. It was, like, crazy different, and they're going to be converging in Eastern Palace. I love it. Alright, 2 slices to the tail. That's all I need, dude. Don't fall. Don't. Nope. Oh. Oh. Okay.
There he goes. Down goes Trolldorm. And at exactly 2 hours, Walther the Fourth enters go mode.
Deciding to pick up the medallion, I guess. You can just like mirror there and get out of there, or fall even. But I don't know. Health refill.
And
Also
down goes
muscle memory.
Homisaur. Alright, Walther knows it. He's fluting out.
Walther finished just slightly ahead. They're gonna be at Eastern's front door at the same time.
Oh, here we go! We got a race, people!
Walter's gonna have a slight advantage because of the mirror animation time.
Alright, I'm gonna see the time difference here.
Oh my gosh!
Oh! Oh! There it is! Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourself in. This is gonna be a race to the wire.
I can't believe this, dude. This is great. Oh no, Ace takes a bowling pin hit. That puts him like a second behind. This is all execution from here on. This is great. There's no more RNG. They both have GT big. Small key, they can head right in.
For all of the, like, back and forth, forgetting items here and there, it is going to come down to this.
Ace saved us like 1 second in the skeleton room by using his sword beams to kill a skeleton rather than having to get that other pot. Let's see, is there anything that could, like, be a factor at all? Ace has 3 more hearts, so I don't think that's gonna matter. Their arrow count is just fine.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna come down to execution.
How do you do that thing where you throw a pot at the skeleton that hasn't emerged yet? So, in that room, the skeletons are still there. They just haven't appeared until you pass a certain point in the room. So, you move in a way that despawns 2 of the skeletons, and you just take out the other 2.
Alright, Walther's into Armos first. Takes down these Armos Knights easily, gets a heart container and crystal number 7.
He's missed 2 shots, but that's okay. We're gonna have synced crystal holding above the head thing. Animation. Yeah. And then it's a race up the G Tower. This is great. Dude, I know this is like a 1-3 match, like the racers have won once and lost 3 times in the tournament, but this is as exciting as any other race. This is great.
I mean, this is why you do it, for the pride, man.
Super shoutouts to these guys who chose to stuck out their last races despite already being eliminated, because it leads to moments like this.
They're
taking different routes.
They're taking it. I think Ace is taking the faster route.
Really? Because I think Walther's taking the faster route.
Well, we're about to find out.
The only route divergence left and is right here.
Oh, you're right. That was the faster route for Walther.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like it, but it definitely is a little bit faster. Especially if you already have Turtle Rock Portal opened. And even if you don't, I think it's still slightly faster as long as the dead rocks don't get in your way. Oh, we're gonna have barely synced G-Tower animations here.
Alright. Walther is in at 2 hours, 4 minutes, and 53 seconds. AceZer0187 is in at 2 hours and 5 minutes. 7-second difference right now.
Walther took it a little safe in that room, not opting to just run across the spikes. He took a little bit safer route there. Well, Ace is just plowing across. I like just plowing across. It's more fun.
It is all going to come down into execution.
Yo, with that mirror shield, these guys aren't really anything. There's really no setup to do here. You can just run right over. Oh no, Walther taking that extra little dash and block. He's gonna lose some precious frames that he needs right now. Because Ace is right on his tail.
Every frame is gonna matter. Alright, Walther is into floor 4 first.
Into the gauntlet here. Pretty okay first room. Had a little trouble with that last guy. Ace gets it quite handily. This is the worst room in the game, in my opinion. I have so much trouble with these stupid skeletons bouncing around. Walther's having the same issues, it looks like. Oh, Ace pulled ahead! Oh, gets the downtown shot on the one guy. They're both in the doorway.
Oh my
gosh. This is great, dude.
The sync here on these two runners!
Oh no, Walther got the early hit, but Ace cleaned it up really nicely. Loses a little bit of time though. Is he gonna opt to paddle? No.
Walther's in Lambo 2 first.
Gets one. Oh. Uh-oh. Alright, neither of them had a very good Lambo 2.
They both have one left. Walther gets it first. And their Ace gets it.
They're both in sync with a mediocre landfall firing.
Okay, guy, bringing up a good point. A clip is not going to do justice to what we are witnessing here.
Ooh, Walther has a weird strat in that room. Ace nailed it though.
Yes.
So what you want to do in that room is you want to go up and place the block left. If you go left first and place the block up, it's highly likely you're not going to get to the Wiz Robe in time.
Ace is gaining a little bit of a lead here.
Had a good timing setup. He's not going to have to worry about the sprite despawn, but he's going to wait it out anyway just to be sure. Walther's going right for it. Yep. Gains just a little bit of time that he needs right there. All 4 keys, nothing you would ever want in those chests. No reason to open them. He's taking a safety fairy there. Walther doing the same, which I don't blame him. Oh, but the fairies aren't cooperating. There you go.
Ace in the Troll Arm 2 first.
Oh! Oh, that was scary. It's still scary. Okay, he got him.
Ace got him down. Walther has him down.
That was a really brave slash by Walther there. Pops to pick up the chest! No, you gotta go, dude! You got no time!
Every little thing counts!
Oh no, he doesn't have... Alright, he got time close enough. I love how Chad is like half mad that he opened it. Usually they love it.
Such is chat. That's why we love them.
Oh, some crummy Aghanim patterns here. Ooh, this one looks good though. I think Ace has one more hit. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. Ace gets him down. Walther gets him down!
Oh man! It's time for the big pig!
Ace had one more cycle than Walther did, and that tied it up even closer.
Alright, it's gonna come down to Ganon execution.
AceZer hops in. There he goes. Walther! Walther! Where are you going? No, he's gonna grab a fairy!
Oh no!
Where's he going?
I think he's going to go get a potion! Oh no!
He has a blue potion. Why do you need another one? No!
Alright, this is AceZero's race to win. He's into phase 3.
Oh my god, dude.
Wait, he's not even going to get a potion. What is he
I
doing?
was going to the skull with big chest or something. I don't know where he's going. I love video games, dude. This is amazing. I got no idea where Walter's going right now, but I love it. Oh, he's taking the frog with him to go see Ganon! Whatever.
I don't even know what to say at this point. Just that that's 3 for AceZero.
You know what? I don't even care. This is great. I've never actually seen this. I'm glad he's doing it. But man, he lost his chance to maybe win, but I don't think he cares about it right now. Anyway, as we were watching whatever the heck was going on, Ace just destroyed Ganon.
And I'm still speechless right now. But AceZero gets in an official SRL time of 2 hours, 12 minutes, and 12 seconds. Get those GGs in chat. Oh, the seed knows.
I can't believe this, dude. What the heck?
I mean, we're gonna have to ask.
Oh, of course. It's likely that he didn't really care about the outcome of the race, which is understandable, and it's fine. That's cool. Do whatever you want when you're playing at this stage. But man, I would have much rather seen that that Ganon fight side by side.
I certainly would have. I mean, it's certainly interesting to see the frog behind Ganon, but oh man!
Oh god, the lag from the cane of Brian is absolutely ridiculous. Well, despite losing the race, I believe he has won the hearts of some of us here tonight. Today, actually, it's still afternoon, isn't it? Man, oh man. It looks like Ace will be joining us here for an interview in just a moment. Did we find the silver arrows in the light world? We did. They were, in fact, in our house.
And we are joined by AceZero in chat. GG.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna save something for when Walther joins us in chat. You're not gonna believe what just happened, but I guess my first question for you is so about that bow.
Oh man, I was just about to swear that it was going to be in the Thieves Town big chest, and that that's what the small key was, and the Lumberjack Cave. I'd almost guaranteed it was that. Like, well, it's going to be the very last place I can check.
And we have an official SRL time of 2 hours, 14 minutes, and 43 seconds for Walther the Fourth. GG to him.
Yeah, good job, Walter.
Once he gets in here, you're gonna realize something really funny. But we're trying to hold that off until Walter gets in here.
We want to tell you guys both at the same time.
All right, Walter will be joining us here in just a moment. I can't believe this, dude. How did it turn out this way?
We're about to find out. Oh.
All right, I'm gonna drag. There we go. Walter,
we have Walter the Fourth in chat. GG.
GG.
I want you both to know that you entered Eastern Palace at the exact same moment. Like, you were both entering the doorway of Eastern Palace. You both had the little shadow coming over Link entering the palace exact same moment. And when you both finished Aghanim 2, you were about 1 or 2 seconds apart.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it honestly doesn't really surprise me because you basically had to full clear almost everything before going to GT.
And we thought it was going to be a race down to the wire. And then Walther went to go get Jeremiah the Bullfrog and take him to the cannon fight.
Wait, what?
That was our reaction too.
Yeah, I mean, I know I wasn't gonna advance, so I thought if I had the chance to do it, I was kind of doing it this race.
Yeah, we figured that was the reason. It was pretty much a for fun race anyway, so you wouldn't do it. But man, everyone was on the edge of their seat because everything Eastern Palace on was neck and neck, just trading frames back and forth. And then the frog.
I mean, we pretty much broke chat at that point.
Yeah, I figured he's seen basically all of Hyrule, so why not see Ganon as well?
Certainly thoughtful. Okay, so what ended up happening was, the reason why it was so close was, Walther, you forever held off going to Hera when Trolldorm having the Eastern Big Key, and AceZero did not do all of the Jeremiah, Peg Cave, lunchbox checks, so didn't get the Desert Key nor the Cane of Samaria. So when AceZero went into Meyer, he did not finish Vitreous off because he didn't have the cane. So when we were saying earlier that you guys went into Eastern at the same time, you both basically realized your mistakes such that Ace was killing Vitreous the moment Walther was killing Trolldorm.
It's absolutely one to rewatch. It was just crazy how different your routes were, and they converged so perfectly.
Yeah, I was gonna go into Hera, but then I found the flippers, so I just went to Ice and Swamp instead. Because the flippers were on the Ether tablet right outside of Hera.
Yes, that's where they were.
Yeah, and that definitely made a lot of sense at the moment too. You just went and did every little thing else before heading up to Hera.
Yeah, I almost did that too. I almost left, but I thought, even though I know it's a pendant, I'm right here. When am I going to be back by Hera again?
And then you decided to do the basement first instead of going up to Molder. That was pretty funny, I thought.
Yeah. I mean, I figured I'm going to probably clear them both. I have enough stuff that I need anyway. I might as well do the basement first.
But yeah, someone said in chat that a clip would be too short for all the great things that happened that race. So yeah, definitely give that one a rewatch. That was super great.
I'm glad it was an exciting one.
It certainly was. GG to both of you.
Yeah, and I want to thank you both for deciding to continue the race despite, not being able to make it to the tiebreaker race. it was definitely as exciting as any match in the upper bracket, let me tell you.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I entered the tournament to play and have fun, and still having fun, so I'm gonna keep playing.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm glad that Trolldom had a big key, because I was kind of prepared to do Aga and hope for the Thiefstown small key to be on that ledge if that wasn't the case.
We never found it, so we're pretty sure that's what it actually was.
Yeah, it's gotta be it, I think. Because you need it in the logic before you enter GT.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure that was the only spot we just didn't ever see. It was that specific key, so it had to have been it.
All right. Any final thoughts to either of our runners?
Not really a final thought, but I just want to give a big thanks to everyone who's been a part of this tournament, especially the admins and the restreamers, but also all of the trackers and commentators. It's been a really fun 5 weeks playing Keysanity.
Yeah, that's all I have to say too. Thanks to everybody involved in this, and it's been a lot of fun to play and fun to watch everybody as well.
Thank you to the runners. You guys are the stars of this show, and that was certainly one of the most entertaining races I have ever commentated.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun too, definitely. And thanks for hanging out with me, Jex. It was it was really fun.
Oh, it was a blast. Thank you to AceZer and xWaltherIVx. Please give both of them a follow on Twitch, as well as our tracker Melee Wizard, and myself and Mekan. Give us all follows on Twitch. So that's all I got. But man, we have more Keysanity going on today.
Yeah, there's a match in 30 minutes, I believe, on this channel. I'm not sure who's racing it.
It is Christos Onens and Someone 325. It is a 4-0 race.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so yeah, definitely stick around for that.
Definitely stick around for that. We have another 4-0 race at 9 p.m. on Speed Gaming 2 between Pika Pals and TGH. And at the same time here on this channel, we'll have a 4-way 3-in-1 race. Slim Kirby and Mentos Man A will be running against each other, and Kian92 and Mikan's Box will be... Wait, Mikan?
That's me.
That's you. You're
playing
gonna be
later.
racing.
Playing later today.
Yes, you will be on Speed Gaming, so be sure to check all this out.
But yeah, thanks everyone. I think that's all we got. So go take a 30-minute break. Come back here for some more Keysanity.
Absolutely. Have a good rest of your day.